After personally using both Godaddy and Cloudflare for various projects over the past few years, I can confidently say that the two serve very different purposes, and which one is better really depends on what you're trying to achieve. Starting with Godaddy, I've found it to be a solid choice when I need to build a website from scratch, especially for clients who aren't very technical. I've used it to launch a few small business sites, and the process was pretty painless. The built-in website builder is super beginner friendly. It's almost like drag and drop. And it was convenient having everything bundled together: domain registration, hosting, email, SSL, all in one dashboard. That all-in-one setup really helps when you're trying to get something live quickly and don't want to deal with juggling multiple services. One thing I appreciated was their phone support. I've had moments where I ran into a snag and just wanted to talk to a real person, and Godaddy delivered on that. Every time I called, I got someone helpful without too much wait time, and that's rare in hosting these days. That said, not everything was smooth sailing. The performance on their lower-tier shared hosting plans left a lot to be desired. Pages were noticeably slow to load, especially when traffic started to pick up. I saw delays that definitely made the user experience clunky, and that was frustrating. Uptime was okay, about 99.9% in my experience, but it wasn't flawless. If you're running a business site where every second counts, those occasional slowdowns or short downtimes could matter. Now Cloudflare is a completely different story. It's not a hosting provider like Godaddy. Think of it more like a performance and security layer that sits in front of your site. I've added Cloudflare to pretty much every project where performance and security were a priority. Once you get past the setup, which mainly involves changing your DNS settings, it just runs in the background and quietly does its job, and it makes a big difference. I've seen page load speeds cut nearly in half just by turning on Cloudflare's CDN and caching features. In one case, a site that was loading in around 1.8 seconds dropped to under a second with Cloudflare active, which is huge if you're trying to optimize for SEO and user experience. Their global CDN helps a ton with that, especially for sites that get traffic from multiple countries. Another standout with Cloudflare is their free DDoS protection. I've had a few client sites get hit with bot traffic, and Cloudflare held the line without me having to touch a thing. You just don't get that kind of protection included for free anywhere else. The one thing I will say is that Cloudflare isn't exactly beginner-friendly. If you've never worked with DNS records or caching rules, the dashboard can feel overwhelming at first. It's not hard once you learn it, but there's definitely a learning curve. Also, just to be clear, Cloudflare doesn't actually host your website. You still need a provider like Godaddy for that part. Cloudflare enhances your existing hosting setup, but you can't build or store a site on it directly. When it comes to pricing, Godaddy starts out looking affordable. Shared hosting plans kick off around $5.99 per month, but those prices climb when it's time to renew. I've had plans that doubled in cost after the first year. Their VPS hosting technically starts at $4.99 a month, but that base tier is pretty limited, and you'll probably want to upgrade if you need real horsepower. WordPress-specific hosting begins around $8.99 a month, which isn't bad, but again, be ready for that price to rise over time. Cloudflare, by comparison, is a breath of fresh air. You can get started on their free plan, and that's honestly enough for most small to mid-sized sites. If you need more, their pro plan is $20 per month, which is perfect for blogs or portfolios. Business plans are $200 per month, and enterprise solutions go custom depending on your scale. So yeah, if you're tight on budget but want real performance gains, Cloudflare's free plan is tough to beat. Godaddy gives you the actual web space and tools to build with, but once those introductory offers run out, it can get expensive pretty quickly. I've also worked with Godaddy's VPS hosting on a couple of internal web apps. Their 2-volt CPU plan at $19.99 per month was decent for mid-level traffic. It handled most tasks just fine, and as long as you're comfortable managing cPanel or Plesk, you'll get by. Just be aware that support is more hands-off at the VPS level. You're expected to do a lot of the configuration and troubleshooting yourself, and Godaddy won't walk you through every step like they might on their shared hosting plans. Meanwhile, Cloudflare doesn't offer VPS or any kind of hosting. It's purely an add-on to whatever hosting you already have. But when you pair Cloudflare with a Godaddy VPS, the result is a faster, more secure site than you'd get using Godaddy alone. So here's where I land, based on my own real-life use. If I'm building a simple website from scratch for a client, or if they want an all-in-one solution without needing to know much about web tech, I go with Godaddy. It's easy, accessible, and gets the job done. But once that site is up and running, I almost always connect it to Cloudflare. The speed improvements alone are worth it, and having that extra layer of security just gives me peace of mind, especially for e-commerce sites or anything dealing with user data. Ideally, you use both. GoDaddy to host and manage the site, Cloudflare to supercharge it. That combo has consistently worked best for me.